この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for the first episode of Mushishi Zoku second season, or the third season of Mushishi, whichever one you want to call it. It's got a weird naming scheme, but that's okay. We're here for the first episode. I don't know what it's titled. Last week we watched Odoro no Michi and it was really fucking good. Unsurprisingly, for a double episode of Mushishi, it told an interesting story in an interesting way and I liked it a lot. And I have no idea what's coming next, so it's gonna be some more Mushishi stuff, and it'll be some Mushishi stuff. Who the fuck knows? Let's just watch it. So I've got episode 1 of season 3 of Mushishi. I'm just gonna call it Mushishi season 3. Up and ready to go. It's sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions, picture-in-picture version in the description, timer-based version up on YouTube. Beep beep timer to count you down. Let's get at it. Let's go. Okay, it's still Shiver. And all my recording is working. Yay, good. Great. Oh. Pretty greens, but foggy. Nice looking leaves. Ah, hello, not Ginkgo. Do you see the Mushi? You do. You are a Mushishi with a box. They are restless. That's weird. Oh, what the fuck is that? That's new. Get out of here. Oh, there's a body. Is that Ginkgo? He isn't smoking. Quick, give that man a cigarette. Ooh, that branching one is really cool. Cushion of grass. Okay. Hi, eyes in the darkness. I don't like that. Whose voice is that? Oh, it's young Ginkgo. Okay, watching with curiosity. Is that Ginkgo talking about Mushi, or like a reflection of Mushi talking about Ginkgo? Ooh, this is a well-stocked Mushishi place. Ooh, yum yum. Oh boy. Hey bro, we got chopsticks. Hey. Mostly. Mostly. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh. Wait, is he a child at this point? He is younger. So this is like teenage Ginkgo. Whoa. Okay. Okay, they use him as like a lure so that they have work to do. So this is going to be his prime mentor, huh? Yeah, let's see that dark eye. Oh, indeed. Yeah, and it's not leaving. Yeah, he has no memory. Wow. No, you die. Oh, okay. He used Akuma. He used Demon. Weird. You're stuck. Okay, you have to accept that part of yourself, even if you don't like it. Thanks, bro. How did you do that? Can I stay and learn from you instead? Cause that would be neat. You seem like actually a good guy. Okay. So a lot of Ginkgo's knowledge comes from firsthand experience, just wandering the wilderness and experiencing Mushi. Like he knows about mountain lords, probably because of that. Maybe because of the caravan he was a part of too. Oh, he's got the cigarette. Cool, cool. Sounds good. Smoking is good, kids. It prevents disease. Doctors recommend Mushi brand cigarettes for all children. Do you have a dark hole in your eye? Smoke Mushi brand cigarettes. Sorry. Whoa, they have rifles. Aw, they're missing a mountain lord. I like this guy. You can see that a lot of his attitude has become Ginkgo's. The world will march on. And this respect for the natural order. I hope he doesn't die. Mentor characters shouldn't always die. But it scares me. Okay. Right. Change. Ooh. A change to the natural order. Okay, because they are embodiments of it. Okay. Not just a disruption, but an indicator. Okay. Somehow, I feel like Ginkgo has a connection to that Mountain Lord. Perhaps to the new one? Perhaps to the old, I don't know. Oh. It died. I think. Hmm. Will Ginkgo obey? I don't know. I'm really liking this story. I'm really liking this one. It's really interesting to me. I'm not sure why. Ooh, what's that? And he disobeys. Oh. Oh, I don't know if you should do that. But it has no parent to nurture it. I love the sound design of those low, liquidy rumbles. Time to make an omelet. Just a joke, just a joke. What's the temptation here? Yep. Suguro. Okay. Oh, 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 ah! Oh no. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I found it like this. I didn't break the vase. Yeah, it's fucking dying, dude. But what can you even do? You can't put an egg back together. I don't think so. The Mountain Lord's already dead. I don't know if you can fix that. What are you offering as sacrifice? Mm. You have to bring it close to that river, but how close can you get? Hello, Mountain Lord. Goodbye, Mountain Lord. Its spirit going and joining the others. Yeah. You did say it didn't matter what happened to you. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, it won't let you. Yeah, it hates that. So close. Ah, I don't like it. Where is egg? Oh. What? 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 That's beautiful. And weird as hell. Okay, so he still has the egg. You've done what you needed to do. Let us take it from here. This is not your responsibility. Whoa. What a trip. What a trip. Hi. I mean... All because of that moment of temptation, huh? Ah. Hmm. Roots in the river. But it may take time. Fair. Sad. Cut to present day? Nope. Young Ginkgo making his own way. Yeah, that was harsh. That was rough. Oh. Oh. It did. Wow. Wow, that's absolutely beautiful. You are a part of the natural order itself. As much as you may feel like you're not. That hits me, man. I don't know. I don't know. That hits me. Wow. What a slice of past Ginkgo's life. And how deeply impactful that must be. Like so much of his character feels like it was forged right there. Mmm. That's another spooky title. Mmm, the fragrant darkness. That evokes a lot of things. Oh boy, this episode is gorgeous and scary. It's got that fine line, that push-pull. I didn't realize that it was young Genko that we were dealing with here until it was a little bit later. Meeting Suguro is so great, and, like, my desire for him to be a mentor to Ginkgo makes the I don't know if we could call it a betrayal, but, like, the loss of that opportunity so much worse, so much more heartfelt. Also, just seeing young but a little bit older Ginkgo and how he's evolved and how much he's learned from piece to piece is fantastic. The idea that other Mushishi are like bringing him in because he attracts Mushi and they can use that as a way to like upset the natural order and then be the ones who bring balance once more is really interesting and really like creepy. It's gross, right? Oh, I love it. And that this is where the Mushi cigarettes really kind of come from. It's fantastic. This moment where where he puts his hand on his head and forces him to bow for the manners, it's one thing on the face of it, but then on the other side of it, there's so much emphasis on that moment of contact with another human being that like that fatherly type of feel that Ginkgo has just never had. And so it feels so much worse when he gets thrown out. But this whole sequence with the egg, with the temptation, it's absolutely gorgeous and absolutely terrifying. This momentary temptation toward darkness, toward taking that power for himself, toward gaining it for himself. And then he slips just for an instant in that moment. Oh boy. Okay, I've got to go. I've got a package that I have to put in the fridge, but I will be right back. And then we will talk through the rest of this episode, and I'll let it sink in as I do so. See you in a moment. Okay, thanks for waiting. I know that I would have edited that together, so it wasn't a wait for you, but it was like 5 or 6 minutes for me. Had to grab some food and put it in the fridge. Otherwise, it was just gonna sit on the porch in like 98-degree heat and start spoiling. So put that away. Back to this episode of Mushishi. Um, I really like this episode, and I like it because there's a tone to it that's similar to a lot of the episodes of Mushishi, but it's like graceful and it's embodied by I don't know, by the imagery of nature that we get throughout, by the imagery of the Mushi that we see, by Suguro's kind of calm demeanor and the way that he interacts with Ginkgo even after Ginkgo has done something unforgivable. He doesn't just throw him out, he tells him to leave, but he gives him words that we can see deeply sink into Ginkgo and honestly deeply sink into me. Ginkgo enters this story in a really interesting place for him, and it's great to see another slice of Ginkgo before he's the Ginkgo that we know. But he carries with him this deep uncertainty, and I think uncertainty is the word for this episode in my mind. But he carries Mushi as a burden. The way that he draws Mushi, the way that Suguro talks about him and the rumors of him being this boy who brings Mushi with him and brings disaster with him. Ginkgo carries this burden and this darkness in his eye, and he's ashamed of it. And at the end or near the end, we find that the Mushi themselves, that nature itself and the natural order of things doesn't see him that way. It sees him as having a place just like everything else. And I think that's a really, really deeply powerful sentiment. Even if Ginkgo's place is not here, is not with Suguro, is not on this mountain, Ginkgo has a place and his existence is like valid and worthwhile. Something about that truly and deeply strikes home. And the contrast between that and the lines from Suguro, I hope I never see you again. Oh, really powerful and sad, but in the most uplifting way. And that's if there's a way to talk about Mushishi, sad but in an uplifting way is exactly it. It's right on the money, right? Um this moment of uncertainty. It's kind of Luke in the weird cave section in that one Star Wars, where he talks to Vader and all the weird stuff happens. It's kind of like that for Ginkgo in the weirdest way. It solidifies who he is by tempting him to be something else. This moment where he thinks, and you could say it's the darkness within him, but I think it's the humanity within him. He cups this glowing egg that is the hope for this entire mountain, that is the hope for nature and the hope for the natural order. And he has this momentary, what if I were to take this? What if I could have this? That would fulfill me, right? Like that would be the thing. And then immediately he snaps out of it. No, I can't do that. But even as he makes that decision, no, I can't do that. What am I thinking? Something happens. He freaks out for a moment. And I don't know what that is. Maybe that's the bird that actually rules this nest coming at him, or maybe it's all in his head. I don't know. But he drops it and it cracks. And this moment where it cracks and everything in the mountain seems to oh, that little trill.
Nanda.
That's amazing. And then this desperate struggle, knowing that he's fucked up in a way that cannot be fixed, knowing that he can't do anything about this, and desperately seeking out somebody who can. Suguro, what do I do? It's fading, it's dying. And he says he sees the Mountain Lord walking away from him. And he says, I'll do anything. It doesn't matter what happens to me. Please, I'll do anything. As long as I can fix this. It doesn't matter what happens to me. And in that moment of selflessness, of desire to right that wrong, he falls. That's so cool to me. I don't know why, but something about that is just so beautiful. And he awakens here by the river, by truly the source of power of the world, by the glow that is everything, as the Mountain Lord returns to its own, its home. And he sees it become a part of that order, that circle of lights, like a council almost. He moves toward it and he can't. Ginkgo is forever unable to walk into that himself, right? That's not his place to be perfectly a part of the order, to be perfectly a part of nature. He lost that opportunity forever, as far as I know. And we've had this relationship between Ginkgo and the Light Vein. And this episode and the way that it occurs, like, it re-characterizes, it recontextualizes the moments where we've seen him gazing almost wistfully, almost longingly at the Light Vein. And now that I see this episode, I think of those moments almost as if he's gazing at something that he can never be a part of, but wishes to in some sense. But he can't be a part of it. His destiny, his place is to be in between. It has always been to be in between as a character. He is the one who walks between the world of men and the world of Mushi. And his place is never to enter the Light Vein and become a part of that natural order completely. Instead, he has his own place. And this episode encapsulates that so beautifully, so perfectly. But he bleeds from that eye and he feels that pain. And even as he's feeling that pain, he recognizes that it's just it's Tokiyomi, Toki is something like that, that the darkness Mushi within him just wants to live. That it, like almost every other Mushi, even though it is this terrible burden upon him, even though he hates it and maybe is ashamed of it, that it is just doing what it has to do to live, that it cannot be a part of that Koki, that it cannot be a part of the Light Vein. And he understands it in that moment. He sees his hands, and he sees those hands. I think that the image of these hands made of intertwining, falling Mushi is gorgeous. And the moment a little bit later where they almost sort of beckon him, like, come on, you know what you have to do. It's so smooth and slow and all on ones, of course. Because Mushi in this show are almost always animated entirely on ones to make them feel ethereal and graceful. And he does. He gives that back, and it becomes back a part of the order. It doesn't fix everything. It's not a snap your fingers and the mistake is undone. This mountain is still going to be without a lord for a while, and it's because of Ginkgo. It is his fault. But he does what he can to right what he has done wrong. And Suguro tells him what he saw, explains some of it, and then kicks him out because he can't have him around. But the way that we do this last scene, where we just have Suguro say, I hope I never see you again, get the fuck out. And then we cut to Ginkgo having done so, and then he's thinking back on what Suguro said. I hope I never see you again, but there is no place in this world where we don't belong. You have a place to belong. You are not a complete outcast from this world. You can be. Even that darkness within you is a part of you, and you are meant to walk this line in between. And we fade out. It is amazing to me how much story, how much characterization of Ginkgo, but also of Suguro we get in this 20 minutes. It's so stunning. And to do it all without rushing, without any sort of pacing issues, with the slow build of everything going on, the buildup of this tension and fear around what will happen with the Mountain Lord, and then putting Ginkgo right at the center of things, right at the axis of everything, so that everything sort of turns around him for just a moment. Oh, that is an episode of Mushishi that's gonna stick with me, you know? I don't see how it could be any other way. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. The Mountain Lord's design is really cool. The idea is fantastic. The moment again where the leaves all shake and the music kicks in and the fear is there. And the moment where he begs for some way to deal with this, to fix this, and he falls and sees for maybe it's not the first time that he's seen the light vein, but it's the first time he's been this close, certainly. What a fucking fantastic episode of Mushishi. Absolutely lovely and scary and tense and uncertain. But it ends with this powerful mentorship from Suguro, who cannot be his mentor, who cannot forgive him, who hopes he never sees him again. But he still leaves him with one of the most powerful ideas that I think Ginkgo, young Ginkgo at least, has ever come across, and an idea and a way of thinking that absolutely shapes the Ginkgo that we know now. It's a perfect slice of backstory to lead us back into Mushishi for a new season, and it gets many thumbs up from me. If I were a Mushi and I could manifest more thumbs, I would do so, because damn, that's an episode. Okay, I'm going to wrap there and move on to the next episode, which I expect to be like a standard Mushishi episode, but I don't know. It is called Fragrant Darkness, which is a little spooky, and so we'll see. So I will take a breaky thingy, do a sinky thingy, and be back in a moment for Fragrant Darkness. See you in a moment. Peace. All right, welcome back. We just had a very strong start to the third season of Mushishi, or the second season of Zoku Show. Still weird, but very, very strong start. Let's see where it goes from here with episode 2, Fragrant Darkness. Beep beep timer. What? Is this okay? This is a no OP. Uh-oh. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Remember something that I've forgotten. Does he have green eyes, or is that just the coloration of everything being this dark green? Hard cut to rain. Weaving, weaving. Ginkgo? Hi! Hello! Wow, the bar over his eye. That's great. That's what I do. I will repay you with my help. Ah, he'll bring up the fragrance in the darkness. Sweet. Oh, I think that's just the life, man. There's not much I can do about that. Ooh. Tell you stories of the places far away, sure. Regale you with tales of places where they make shoes like this. He is all green-ish. That's a totally okay thing. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, y'all. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I like this. If this is just an ode to the normalcy of a life lived hard and well, I'm down. But we had no OP, so I'm freaked. Just a little bit. Like, what's gonna go horribly wrong here? Oh, that's them. Growing old. But Ginkgo hasn't grown old. I wonder where the years went, fam. Wait, is this dude in a loop? The smell. Is this dude in some kind of loop? Like, does time pass not abnormally? Okay. I don't trust that. But he's gonna go investigate. Will he exit as a young man again? Will he exit as a young man again? Your whole life. He looks younger. Ah, she's young again. Ah, he's younger than young again. Or maybe this is the past. Maybe this is the past. That's his mom. Okay. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, they make sake. Hmm. Resentment. Fuck you. Yeah. Yeah, stick it to the man. Oh, shit. Whoops. Shit. That's not cool. Resentment. And running away. Told him to get out. Oh my god, he drilled holes in all of the fucking sake. Oh my god. He just ruined a whole bunch of lives. So they had to move to the country and work. Huh. No more running the business. Somehow he's gonna run into that other kid, huh? Oh, the scent. The scent of sweetness. Oh, hey, pretty lady. Do you like flowers too? Your wife to be. We are looping. I know I loop when I see it. There's some looping happening here. Mm-hmm. Our simple, unremarkable life. Again. Ginkgo shows up, Ginkgo leaves. They live. I live! I die! I live again! Shh! What the fuck? This is a trip! Are? Oh, that slow tilt. Oh, that's so dope. You gotta talk to Ginkgo about this, man. Sometimes I smell flowers and then I live my whole life again. Weird. You gotta talk to Ginkgo, man. This is Mushi weirdness. It's like flowers blooming and then falling and then blooming again, right? Like the experience of flowers going through the seasons, maybe? It's something about this cave. Obviously. I mean, I'm just saying the obvious, obviously. Is this the 15,482nd loop or whatever? Where you'll actually figure something out? Come on, man. And it all centers around this tree, these trees, these flowers. Hi, Iku. But who? It all blends together. Talk to Ginkgo. You get one chance, man. Cool shot. Okay, here's the day. Don't just ask for cool stories. Tell him your own story. This is cool and mystical and ethereal and weird. Come on, yeah, wife is asleep. Let's talk. Let's chat, Mr. Mushishi. Correct? Oh, that's just called deja vu, man. No worries. Yeah, but not for me. No! 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 Don't let it go! Don't let it fucking go. No, it's normal. It's deja vu. Yes. He just hit the nail on the head. He knows what it is. Ha. Oh, that seems like it. Tunnel, you say? Cavernous tube is not a phrase that I like very much. That seems to be what's happening here. But why? How do you get out? Don't go in the tunnel. Just walk home. That are just normal, yeah. Right. Seemingly without any kind of free will. No cavernous tunnels. Your wife might hate that. Sorry. You can't change the past into one of your own choosing. Okay. But you can, right, you can perhaps just live your life. Oh. Which is to say disappearing. Okay. The kid? Right. Right. To live it through instead of reliving and reliving. Cool. This is a cool fucking episode. I love me some time loop shit, and this is a really interesting way of doing it. Yes, ma'am. Be very, very careful. Don't be lured by the smelly hole. Gross. Just walk away. Just walk away. Just walk away. Will it let you? Seems like it will. Hey, love. Eh? What? A blissful nightmare. I love that. Hmm. Hmm. And it all comes back to that talk about our lives being boring, but that being the best kind. And this willingness to accept the life that he has. Oh, I love it. I love this episode, man. Oh no, don't time machine it. No, 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 no. Do not H.G. Wells the time machine me right now, man. No, you can't change this. The smell, the temptation. Oh, fuck me, no. Fuck you, episode. It was going so. We could have just ended there. It would have been great. Fuck. Oh. He knows, though. So he's going to choose to live that forever, huh? And become a part of it. Oh my god. Oh my god. It makes all the sense in the world. I get it. I mean, truly, I get it. Even if it means being lost forever, the chance to get to live through that once more. And now she's experiencing it too, right? Oh my god. This just getting to live their life even knowing that it ends in tragedy. Ah! Uh-huh. Yeah, I and her eyes go green too. Hmm. So he chooses to spend as much of his eternity as he can with her. Fuck! I understand why there was no OP now. We needed all the time in the world to set that up. It's perfect. I hate it. I hate it. Oh my god. What? Dude, Zoku Show's second with the season 3, whatever, is coming out swinging for the fences. First episode, powerful, really interesting Ginkgo backstory. Second episode, totally novel Mushishi stuff with a totally new Mushi that affects fucking time. And then the character choices of the humans involved in the episode. Bonkers. Bonkers. Gorgeous. Love it. Absolutely love it. I hate it. I love it. I hate it. I love, I hate, I love again. I thought it was gonna have to do with the kid in his childhood where he was kind of like very slightly addicted to him, and that ended up causing lots of problems for that guy. But no, fuck that kid. Wow. 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 I don't know what Lingering Crimson is gonna be, and I don't care. I don't care because goddamn, this episode is perfect. Look, I have a deep love for time travel stories. Like I brought up over the course of this, I brought up H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, When the Wife Falls, because Ginkgo tells us that you can't change things, and the core plot element of the time machine is that his wife dies, and he tries desperately over various variations and iterations of his life to attempt to save her and can't. But we don't even show that. Instead, that's not the reason that he goes back. It's not to try to get to that moment and make a different choice and save her. It's just to experience being with her again so that it doesn't end that way. And it will end a different way, right? If Ginkgo is correct, and we don't know because everything's a little bit ambiguous, which makes it all the sweeter and all the more sour. But they will both at this point probably just become one with that Mushi. And I don't like the metaphysics here are a little weird. Like, how do they keep interacting with Ginkgo over and over? Is it like an isolated bubble of time around them? What does this say about time in the Mushishi universe? Is time like independent of an actual like marching on of physical change, and it's actually like entirely dependent on the observer? And so that's the way. I mean, that's it has to be like that, right? But it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter. Mushi don't care about your fucking physics, man. Like, is it a new timeline and a new Ginkgo each time that they meet? It doesn't matter. These are all in the weeds questions about an episode that is deeply out of the weeds, none of it matters. Okay, the framing and composition in this episode, as soon as we see this moment where we see Ginkgo with the bar over his over his dark eye, ooh, you're in for something interesting, right? The setup of his just the sweet scent, and we slowly build to understanding what's kind of going on here as he goes down that tunnel for the first time, and then we see his life again. But for us, it's the first time, right? But we begin to understand. That's his wife. They grow old. And he goes through the mountains to collect vegetables, finds the tunnel, and goes through it once more. He is tempted. He pulls through. His mother. that life, that world, the resentful boy looking up to, the son of the master of the house, right? And him being kind of a dick. Pick that shit up, bitch. Oof. Definitely. I thought we were gonna I seriously thought it was gonna be a class struggle thing. Like that was his regret, but it's not. That's not it. This life he lives is amazing. And he knows that that's the kid, right? It's that mystery of childhood, but it actually doesn't matter to the story. It's kind of a red herring to throw us off, and I think it's great. It's this romance that is the center of everything. Wait, but I've done this before. Why is this all familiar? And he lives through it. We flash through it. He lives again. More and more the deja vu grows until he confronts Ginkgo about it and actually asks him. And even then, there's the fear where Ginkgo's like, sounds like deja vu, man. That's normal. Everybody has that. That's totally cool. But Ginkgo knows. You smell sweet things at night. Feel uneasy when you smell blossoms. Maybe you're trapped in something. Maybe you're stuck in some kind of weird, inexplicable mushy web. I love the color tone of the whole episode and the shift in the eye color of the wife, because we distinctly see her eyes are all black and his are the green. It's inside him, right? It's something about it. I've been here before. I've seen this before. And so he moves on. He moves past it. He makes the choice to walk away from the tunnel and find out what is in his future. And there's this incredible joy in this moment as he embraces his wife for the first time in a new way, right? The first time that every day will be a new day, as he says. The future is ours. We can live and die normally. We can go on. And what that life holds is a momentary slip. And she falls down this cliff. And he's going to lose her. And so he makes this choice. And the way he says it to her, nah, yiku.
Nah, yiku. この中から花の匂いがする。
Maybe we'll get home faster this way. But he knows. He knows exactly what he's doing. And so in her last moments, probably, he carries her through. And she becomes a part of this loop. And we see it from her perspective. And it still doesn't change. And they live on forever like that. Over and over until they become part of the Mushi. What a story! Hats off. I don't wear hats. Headphones off. What a story. What a tale. What a tale. Okay, I'm looking a little crazed now. Hell, I'm feeling a little crazed. That was a bit of a crazding episode. I love it. I love where we're going with Zoku Show 3. Zoku Show 2, whatever, Season 3. I love where we're going with this season so far. These have been some of the most poignant and interesting episodes. This one all comes back to that conversation at the beginning when Ginkgo is going to leave, right? Let's go and find it. Let's go grab it. Right. For all our toiling, life just never seems to get any easier. And then we lead into, we've had such average, unremarkable lives, right? Nothing special ever happens here. And Ginkgo says, those are the best kind, though. And there's so much emphasis on that little shrug, and his hair flips a little. Picks up his child and looks at her. Well, you've got a point there. The average, unremarkable life is what matters. And it is that he chooses. Now, there is something weird there, which is I don't understand. I don't know what will happen to his daughter because she's not a part of the loop. Like, do her parents just vanish? What happens to the daughter in all the other timelines? I don't know. And these are the elements that maybe you could say it kind of falls apart in the background because, I don't know, man. Timeline fuckery is always weird, and unless you spend a lot of time making a really consistent, metaphysical understanding of the way that time travel works in your universe. It's just impossible to really like build anything out of it or to even theorize about it. But it doesn't matter because the sentiment here is what matters. The idea is what matters, and the choices of these characters is what matters. I love this episode, and I hate it at the same time. It's cruel. It's very narratively cruel that as soon as he chooses to live on that life, right, to continue on and to not loop anymore, it's all taken away from him. The thing he cares about most, his wife, his family, is all taken away. How very, very interesting. I wonder, I would love to see, it's not something that could be done, but I would love to see this episode again, but from the wife's perspective, like a continuation, where it's her going through the loop and she slowly figures out like that her husband made this choice for her to save her life and eventually chooses to just die so that he can live on and their daughter can live on. I think that would be really interesting. Of course, it will never happen. I don't even know if it would be good, but I'd love to see something like that. There's so much that could be done with this kind of story. I'm really impressed by the ideation process behind it, and then I'm really impressed by the execution, the mystery as it builds. Like I caught on pretty quick. Like, okay, there's some kind of loopy thing going on here that's weird. This isn't just deja vu. Obviously, we're in a mystical world where magic is real, but the way that it actually plays out, the choices that the characters make this episode absolutely fascinating to me. And once again, I wish I had mushy hands so that I could give this more than 2 thumbs up because it deserves more fingers up in the air than I actually have to give. Good goddamn stuff from Mushishi on this season so far. It's been fantastic. I'm really looking forward to seeing more because if the quality of the stories keeps up at even a like 3/4 of this rate, these are going to be some of the best episodes of Mushishi that we've ever had. And that is truly, truly saying something because it's always kind of an interesting ride, right? Man, oh man. Okay, I'm going to wrap there. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Mushishi Zoku Show Season 2, Episodes 1 and 2, or Season 3 of Mushishi, whatever you want to call it. I've really enjoyed these 2 episodes. I hope you have too. I would love to see people's thoughts in the comments about these characters and the choices that they make, or interpretations of the first episode and Ginkgo's stuff and all the things that happened there, because I think these have been fascinating and with a lot of room for interpretation. Really fantastic episodes. 10 out of 10. I'll see you next week for more. Peace.